Hi, Bug.
Hi, Bug. Hi, Bug. This is my girlfriend, Alyssa.
And this is my girlfriend, Lauren.
And today is part 2 of answering all of your pretty little DMs that we retrieved from our Instagram. If you haven't seen part 1, posted it last week.
Go check it out.
Go check it out. And if you're here because we didn't answer your question in part 1,
maybe we'll answer it now.
Stick around. But before we get into the video, are you subscribed?
Did you like this video? For goodness sake.
Oh,
please.
Did you comment?
Hi.
It's so quiet.
Please answer my question, please. But if you don't, that's also okay because I understand.
This is so long. Can you?
I understand. Bring the mic back. I understand that you ladies work hard for us, and I love you, Bug Mamas, forever.
How about you comment, I love you, Bug Mamas, forever?
Bring the mic back. Lauren isn't the one who got to decide because I was the one handed the prop microphone.
I'm gonna make you edit this video so you have to figure this out. Did you ding that little bell to get notified every time we're posting? Because we are posting every Wednesday. And hey,
could you please take a look at our socials? That's where we gathered all of these questions from. And thank you to everybody who submitted a question. Even if we don't get to it, you can always submit it again next time.
We get a lot of these questions.
And we get a lot of the same questions.
And we feel very, very lucky.
Yes.
So thank you for submitting things. Even if we don't answer them or reading them.
It's true. And if you feel like your question wasn't answered and you're more of like a new subscriber, maybe go back to even some of the older Q&A videos because I feel like we've covered a lot of the basic questions in the first couple videos.
Absolutely.
And now we're just having fun. Now we're just cruising.
Now we're just cruising through. Let's get into the video.
Let's do it. How do you know if you like someone for real?
Oh.
I think I have a good answer for this.
Let's hear it, baby.
My answer is, I feel like a lot of times, especially when I was young, I would be really excited being in like the talking stage with someone.
Yeah.
And then I would be threatened with something actually happening.
Yeah.
Like a date or a kiss or something. And I would immediately become nervous or anxious. But I think all of the times that I was threatened with something actually happened and I didn't feel anxious were maybe the times that I was actually liking that person.
You weren't scared.
I wasn't
for it to
scared.
progress. You were just excited.
I was just excited.
That is a good idea. Yeah, maybe, and okay, let's say that you're not even actually involved with someone, you just have a crush on them and you want to see if it's legit. I think that the most underutilized tool today is our imagination. So why don't you like lay down, turn off the lights, close your eyes, and really like get into that zen zone of imagining, like think about it. If your crush came up to you and was like, let's go on a date. How are you feeling?
Yeah.
But really think about it. Because I really
don't think about like how the rest of the world would see you and any gratification.
It's in a vacuum.
Yeah, any gratification, like nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Not in a weird way where they're like, don't tell anyone, but like in a way that it's like, how do you feel in that moment? You're not telling your friends, you're not telling your family, you're not telling strangers. It's just you receiving this invitation to go on a date with your crush. How do you feel? Do you like it? Do you not?
If you know that you're like kind of liking somebody, but you don't know if it's gonna like turn into anything, I think then that's when you go like, well, what do we have in common? How do I feel when I'm around that person? Like, do I think that our like values line up? Stuff like that.
That's
because
big.
you can like have a crush on somebody, but you can be like, well, maybe we don't like to do any of the
Maybe
same
it's
things.
just I think they're pretty to look at.
And maybe like our lives won't, like even if your lives are very different, sometimes they can come together beautifully.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can see that another person's lifestyle, even if you like them a lot, is not gonna work for you.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Next question.
Woohoo!
OMG, hi. What job do you guys think you'd be doing if not YouTube? I love you guys, by the way. I love you too.
Yeah. I love you.
I love you.
I love you.
And I love you.
I was talking to the screen when I said I love you initially, and I'm so sorry. Because I thought, were you saying I love you, by the way, to me?
Okay, so the person said, I love you, by the way, and I said, I love you to that person.
And then I said, I love you.
But then I thought you were talking to me, so I said, I love you to you.
Well, I always love you.
Well, I always love you. So what job do you think you'd be doing if you were not doing social media?
Do you know your answer?
Well, yes, I went to, I went to college for screenwriting. I got a double major in cinema and media studies and communications. But I really, really, really wanted to be a screenwriter. That's why I moved to LA and I wanted to act. I wanted to be able to write my own projects. And so that is, I think I would be actively trying to wiggle my way into the traditional media space more if I was not doing internet media. I still do want to screenwrite, and I still do write, and I still want to act, and I still do act. But even if I wasn't doing social media stuff, I think I would be pursuing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, my answer is kind of similar, except for I'm coming at it from, I majored in comedy, so like I'm comedy specific, even though Lauren, of course, is like also like more focused on doing comedy, obviously, in terms of like screenwriting and acting.
Yeah.
But I'm working my way up in the comedy space as best as I can. But I think if social media and entertainment were not what I was doing,
yeah,
I think that I would have potentially gone to fashion school.
Yes.
And I love sewing, I love creating things, and so I think that is another path that I could have gone down that I also would have really enjoyed.
I feel like you would love to be like a designer or a stylist even.
Yeah, I would love, or like a personal shopper, or like somebody like I feel like I could very easily like be working in a department store, like helping people like pick clothes.
Yeah, maybe if I wasn't doing like traditional media, maybe I'd want to do like, maybe like photography could be cool. I like graphic design a lot. You love my little t-shirts. Oh, also wait, there's a question in here. There's a question in here, I believe. Maybe I'll look for it, but one is like, are you still posting designs to Etsy? Yes, I am. I haven't in a minute, but they're all still available. You can check them out in the link in the description. But I need to post one soon.
And guess what? I'm not. I don't love it.
That's fair. I love it.
I like hand making things. I gave it a try, but it's just not for me. I like bedazzling things, and I wish people are always asking me to like sell clothes that I've made, but unfortunately I would have to charge so much money
just to
justify it, just because it takes so much of my time.
Yeah.
And I'm not there yet.
Listen, if you ever want an Alyssa special item on my shop, just let me know. Next question.
I don't know if we'll have the best advice on this, but I think we'll try. I have the same style as you both, but I don't know how to translate it to school/work.
Oh, okay.
And obviously, our work is non-traditional.
Yes.
But we both went to school.
Yeah. I think for our style, I would say Alyssa and I's style is very, I don't know what profession you do, but I think it's like very dependent on like colors. Like we like doing fun colors and like funky accessories, and I think that you can pretty much translate that into any work appropriate outfit. I mean, say you're even like, ugh, I have to wear like slacks and a button down or whatever. I feel like a little funky accessory.
A pair of earrings, a hair clip, a necklace.
Yeah, a little cute hairstyle.
Fun nails.
Oh, fun nails are big. I literally held up my bare hand, but I had fun nails like 2 days ago.
And I'll do them again before we leave town.
I feel like you could definitely incorporate that. And then for school, like when I grew up, my school dress code was insane. We literally couldn't have words on shirts. We couldn't have pictures on shirts. It had to be pattern or not, like just like blank color. We couldn't wear shorts. We had to wear jeans or a floor length skirt. Rural Tennessee, you're so weird. But even then, I was still just like doing like colorful things, and accessories are always lovely. I mean, I love, of course, I'm again bare hands. I love to do a lot of rings.
Yeah.
And I think that accessories can be pretty workable in the workplace and the school place.
I agree. I also think like even if you feel like you can't properly express yourself at school, like if you have a uniform, or you can't properly express yourself at work for whatever reason, don't let that stop you from having your own sense of style outside of the workplace.
Exactly.
And it doesn't have to be expensive, but I can fall in the trap of like, oh, like I'm filming a video, I'll put on a cute outfit and then immediately taking it off and going back into my jammies.
Yeah.
And I just feel better when I'm wearing my cute clothes. So like even if you're going to work or school, like have your fun weekend clothes and still express yourself in that way, because I think it's really important. You sound like a person who really enjoys fashion.
Yeah.
And like it's something that brightens your life. Definitely continue doing that. And play with your makeup, play with your hair.
Makeup is a big part. Even if I'm not doing like a crazy colorful look, like a little shimmer, a little inner corner highlight,
a little
glossy
lip.
Like you. Exactly. It can be toned down you, but it's still you. Next question. How do you guys feel about les for les? Do you think it's biphobic? Well, Alyssa's not a lesbian.
Yeah. So.
But I am. And I can say, I think if people have preferences, whatever. You can't make anyone date you. If you're bi and you're like, why are you les for les to a person that you like, you can't make them. There's probably a reason that they want to date another lesbian. I think people are bi for bi sometimes. People are T for T.
I think there's something to be said for wanting to be with somebody who understands your experience.
Fully.
Yeah.
And like, while there are similarities between lesbians and bi women and pan women and queer women, unlabeled women, it's not going to be the exact same experience, and that's okay. One of them isn't more valid than the other. One of them isn't more, I don't know, like pedestal worthy of another. But I think if you want a shared experience with your partner, the closest person to you, I think that's okay. And I think we can't be mad at people for wanting that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people I've seen use this idea of like les for les as the reason they can't date lesbians, but I don't think I've ever met in real life a lesbian who's only dated lesbians.
Yeah.
Because the majority of
I feel
queer
like
women...
it's rare.
Yeah, the majority of queer women are not lesbians. So if you want to date a lot of people, or even want to date people at all, it's kind of hard to... I've never dated another lesbian at the time who identified as a lesbian. Like, it's just not as likely. So all this to say, I don't think it's biphobic.
I also think, like... We as a people just need to stop being so hard on lesbians. Like, obviously there are some lesbians that are awful. Like, we hate TERFs.
Yes.
We do not like that. We do not like people who are awful.
Yeah.
But I think we're really hard on lesbians, and I think it's very complicated.
Yeah, I think so too. I think for me, people are doing the best that they can with their lived experience, and there are usually reasons behind why people act certain ways. So if somebody is like, hey, I only date other lesbians, there's probably a reason for that, right? And
that's their cross to bear, honestly.
Exactly. We aren't necessarily entitled to know why.
Yeah.
They can explain it, but also they don't have to, because everyone has an individual life and an individual experience on this world, and I think you just gotta respect that. Next question.
How do I survive open relationship? I want to be with them only, but they don't. I think that you need to not be with that person, unfortunately, if you cannot handle an open relationship.
Yeah, I think we cannot ask our partners to live by our standards if it would make them deeply unhappy, and I think usually people who want open relationships are pretty certain about the fact that they don't want monogamy at that point.
Yeah, and I think it's also like, be good to yourself and don't put yourself in a situation where you know you're gonna be unhappy. I know you're like, I really like this person and like maybe I can make it work, but if you know already that you don't, like you said in the question, like if you know that there's no possibility that you're gonna be able to handle it, then I think it's actually like not cool to both of you.
Exactly.
To get into that situation.
I think that being in a relationship with someone should be a net positive, right? Like, you should be happy most of the time.
Yeah.
And I think if you imagine the happiness that you gain from being with them, so sorry, I love you. I think if you imagine the happiness that you gain from being with them, plus the sadness you feel about them being with other people, if it kind of evens out and then you're at a net zero,
then it's
probably not good.
It's
probably not good, mama. I think you need to find a relationship that makes you really happy, and I think we can't set our boundaries on other people, because then maybe like their happiness with being with you, but their sadness about not being with other people, that evens out, and then it's not a good relationship.
I think it's like another thing of like a difference in lifestyle. Like, no lifestyle is wrong. Like, it's totally fine to be open, it's totally fine to be closed, but it just sounds like it's a compatibility issue, and probably that will arise in other situations as well.
Yeah. Sorry, dude.
Yeah.
Next question. What's your pet peeve that people do in your comment section?
Oh, do you know what mine is? Because I feel like I don't know.
Why are you yelling at me?
Oh, that doesn't bother me.
That's just a comment one.
But a lot of people, because I love to yell in my videos, and a lot of people be like, why are you yelling at me? I'm like, I don't know, just keep scrolling. For fun.
Yeah, literally. Wait, I'll have to think about
But no hate to those people, honestly.
No, what are the pet peeves in my comments? Oh, I think my pet peeve, and maybe this will rub someone the wrong way watching this, is when I give advice, because a lot of my videos recently have been advice on TikTok and Instagram, and someone is like, well, what about insert the most hyper-specific situation you could ever imagine that is not applicable to what I'm talking about. I could be like, here is advice for lesbians who want to go crazy this summer and drink. And someone's like, what if I am in a bisexual polycule and I'm sober and I want to have fun this summer? I'm like, I can't speak on that. I'm a monogamous lesbian who is not sober. I can't give you advice. Or sometimes people will be like, can you? Oh yeah, it's hard when people ask you to make a video based on an experience you don't like somebody recently was like, Lauren, I saw this because I'm in Lauren's comments and I'm looking. Yeah. So be careful. But somebody was like, will you make a video about gay men, please? And it's like, I can't really speak on that. I love them. I can't give you advice because that's not, like, I can give you advice as a person, but not. I can give non-lesbian advice because I can give general queer women advice. But when it gets hyper specific, or when people, I just hate what about meism. I hate what about meism. I hate bean soupism. Yeah. I saw a TikTok recently that like really blew my mind per se, and it was this woman saying that part of media literacy is knowing the intended audience of a piece of media. Yeah. So if you're watching a video, you're able to discern if that advice is for you or for someone else. Yeah. And I think when people come across my videos for advice for other people that is not applicable to them, and then they're in my comments like, well, what about blah blah blah, and like, I don't care if it's like, nice, could you please make a video about blah? Sure. But it's like, well, this is wrong because I actually never had that experience. I'm like, well, dude, it's not for you. It's not. Yeah. Scroll on. Yeah, it's like, if it applies to you, take it. If it doesn't apply to you and you're still getting something from it, take it. But if you're not, then get out of Dodge. Can I say another thing about people in my comments asking me why I'm yelling at them? Yes. When they're like, why are you yelling at me? Like, how do you want me to respond? Like, because of my childhood? Like, what do you want me to say? Like, what are people, like, I guess one of my pet peeves about comments are, everybody's trying to be a clown. Everyone's trying to joke around. Funny. I also don't like it when, I don't know, I have a weird relationship with parasocial relationships because I think it's really great that you can feel like you're friends with somebody. Yeah. But when people are like too familiar, when they're negging you, like when people are like negging you and joking around, and I just think it gets a little hairy, you know? Well, it's like how Brittany Broski eventually had to be like, stop telling me that I look like whatever. I literally don't even remember, but she had to be like, stop talking about how I'm bald with bug eyes. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Replay it in slow-mo. Bug eyes. I deserve federal prison for what I did. But like nobody does. I feel like people like in their real life friendship, well, agree to what you just said. I feel like people in real life, they want to like neg their friends or like tease their friends or whatever. Yeah, which is totally fine. Weird when it's like, I can't tease you back. Yeah. I don't know who you are. And if I do tease you back, I'm a bully. And people are gonna flood your comments and be awful to you. So don't put yourself in the situation where I have to tease you back and then you're in a sad situation. And I don't want to do that. I want everybody to be nice to each other all the time. Yeah, I grew up very in the depths of parasocial relationships with celebrities, but I don't have celebrity crushes. I don't care. Okay, well, that's how I feel. I did. I know, but I'm explaining. I was not like commenting on celebrity stuff, but I always thought it was weird when people were like negging these like public figures, because it's like, what? I think it's a way to insinuate closeness, like, oh, you don't get it, I can be mean to her because I'm a fan. Yeah. But it's like, I don't think she wants you to be mean to her. Yeah. Anyway. The truth is, like, even if people seem a certain way online, usually they don't want you to be mean to them at the end of the day. Yeah. And also, going back to mine really quick, you can request videos in my comments. Yes. You can say, can you make a video about this? Can you make a video about that? Constantly answering requests. I'm constantly pulling ideas from that. Yes. I just don't like when people are like, well, this isn't applicable to me.
Also, you can request stuff from me. Like, I'm so... The people that I'm most jealous of in this world are the comedians online
Who just get a suggestion for an
just
impression.
get suggestions for stuff in their comments. Suggest things for me to do. I'll do it. Like, if I can think less, I would love to.
Yeah, I like when you like you're scrolling and you're like the comments like the first $4 bill, and it's like some girl being like, I'm new to the party, and it has like 50 million views.
People. And the videos are always really funny too. Like,
they do a great job.
I know that I could do that.
They do a great job, and then their career is just fueled by more people commenting every time. And I am jealous. Octopus.
Yes, I love him.
That's his whole career.
I know, and that's amazing. And what a genius move on his part.
I think about making a second TikTok constantly. That's just that.
Yeah. Anyways.
Next question.
What should I do if I'm getting love bombed by someone I do like? I think people are always getting love bombed by people they do like, right?
Not
Because that's how you get into it. Right?
Maybe you just be like, let's slow down.
Yeah, and I think if people have a problem with taking things slow, that's when you want to take a step
That's the red flag.
Because I think people do get overexcited.
Yeah.
Especially in early relationships, they're like, I think I'm falling in love with you, when maybe they don't actually know what that feels like yet.
Yeah, I think you always have the right to be like, let's slow down, or like, hey, can we just calm things down a bit? Mm-hmm. And then then it's weird if they're like, no, why?
They're like, no, why? You're my... it all goes back to Julia Fox's memoir, doesn't it?
That we're listening to.
I'm thinking about Ace.
Me too. I was literally thinking about him.
He's like, I'm gonna marry you, Julia Fox.
On the day they first meet.
Yeah.
He's like love bombing her, but then he's crazy.
And he is awful.
Awful.
And I'm glad she got out of that relationship.
Ask for a step back. And congrats to Julia Fox, who came out as a lesbian today on the day of this filming.
It's true. Congratulations, Jules. We love you, girl.
Next question.
Now that's parasocial.
First kiss with a woman story. Okay, I'll do this really fast. I was 15. It was my first girlfriend. This is crazy because my first girlfriend and I were dating. We had not kissed. I had never kissed anybody ever. Mm-hmm. And I found out that she went to a party and kissed her ex, so we broke up. But then a few months later, I was like, I want to have my first kiss. So I went up to her and I was like, will you be my first kiss? I just wanted to kiss someone. So we went into the dressing room of my drama club classroom.
The most classic spot.
She just gave me a little peck, and that was our kiss, and then we ended up getting back together. Okay. Only for a few months, and then I broke it off to date with someone else.
Yeah, there you go.
Another girl.
It's hard. My first kiss with a woman, I think, was probably one of my friends. Because I had a friend who's now bisexual who was always kissing her friends. So I think she probably begged to kiss me, not in a weird way, but I think she was like, can we please kiss? Like, that was like kind of like her thing.
Was it a little peck?
Yeah, like a little peck, like a cute little thing. So I think that was probably, but honestly, I don't even remember. I feel like I've kissed so many people that I'm like, I don't even know. But probably the first woman that I dated was my first kiss with a girl.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but I don't remember the specific moment, and that's no shade to her. I think I just had already kissed a lot of people by that point that I wasn't like, this is a woman. I was just like, this is a person I'm dating, you know?
And that's on Not Seeing Gender. That's all we have time for today, Bugs, but thank you so much to every single person who submitted a question. Whether we answered it or not, we appreciate you, we love you, and we would love to see your suggestions for questions for the next video. So make sure that you are following our socials, because that is where we gathered all of these questions.
And you can check them out right up there. But before you follow our socials, maybe you subscribe to this YouTube channel.
Maybe
listen more,
like this video, and
comment what I said.
Ding that little bell to get notified every time we post, because we're posting every Wednesday.
And we already told you to look at our socials, so we've got that out of the way.
Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye, Bug.
Bye, Bug. Bye, Bugs.